Parashat Zachor is, according to most poskim, deoraita. And if it is deoraita, and this is how the Shulchan Aruch is posek, that Parashat Zachor is deoraita. He brings this down in Ilchot Purim right away in the beginning, Siman Tafresh Pei Hei, where he speaks about the Arba Parashiot. Now, the obvious question is, are women obligated to also go to the shul on Parashat Zachor to hear the Torah? We found that the Sefer Chinuch says that it's not the mitzvah for the women. Why? Because women don't go to the war, and since that mitzvah of Parashat Zachor is connected to going to a war against Amalek, women are not bnei milchama, they don't fight wars, they're not on the battlefield, and therefore they are exempt from reading or hearing Parashat Zachor. And the Minchat Chinuch argues on Sefer Chinuch, and he asks him a few questions. First of all, that Parashat Zachor is about Mechiyat Amalek, which is a Milchemet Mitzvah, and women are only patur from Milchemet Reshut, a war that's not an obligated war. But when we're talking about an obligated war, like such that it's against killing Amalek, Milchemet Mitzvah, afilu kala michupata, kala right away from their wedding, with their wedding dress, she goes right to the battlefield. Why? It's Milchemet Mitzvah. Milchemet Mitzvah, everybody goes to the war. So therefore, from here comes out that even women should go and hear Parashat Zachor. Secondly, says the Minchat Chinuch, that how does he know, the Sefer Chinuch, that indeed the reason is because of war, because of the revenge that we have to go against Amalek for what he did to us when we came out of Mitzrayim? Maybe that's not the reason. The Torah tells us a mitzvah, and we don't always know the reason behind the mitzvah. And could be that it's a gzerah of the Torah with no reason, and maybe the reason is a different reason. So how do you know that this is the reason in order that you come out and you doresh the reason of the Torah, and you say that women are not obligated? Maybe there's a different reason that women should be obligated with that as well. The mitzvah of Zchirat Amalek also is something that it's not bound to time. It's not mitzvah taseh shazman grama. Although Chachamim were metaken for us to read it before Purim, but there's really no time to it. It's just to remember Amalek, not to forget Amalek. So Chachamim made sure that we're not going to forget Amalek and read it in a certain time. So according to that, women should be patur. What's halacha l'maaseh? Many poskim would bring that since it's a machloket, we have many opinions that hold the obligated and many holds that they're not. And whenever you have a machloket and it's a din deoraita, they should go and listen. Why not? Whenever you have a machloket b'deoraita, they should go and listen to Kriyat Torah on that Shabbat. But when we're dealing with the timing, says the Or LeTzion, it's not deoraita. The timing of reading the Megillah, the Parashat Zachor, right before Purim, that's definitely the Rabbanan Lekuli Alma. Such a reminder of what Amalek did to us could be any other time during the year. And could it be only from the Sefer? That is a big machloket as well. Not everybody holds that if you're reading it from the Sefer, that's the way you mekayem the mitzvah doraita, but any other way you're not. Could be that even if you just say it in your mouth, that's good enough. The Gemara says that lo tishkach, there's two mitzvot over here, Zachor and lo tishkach. Lo tishkach means in your mind. Zachor, you have to say it in your mouth as well. That's why there's a repetition over here, says the Gemara. If lo tishkach and Zachor, it's the same thing. Zachor et asher asa lecha Amalek b'derech b'tzetchem miMitzrayim. And lo tishkach, do not forget, it's the same thing. So says the Gemara, lo tishkach means lo taseh, don't forget in your heart what it did to you. Zachor, you have to say it in your mouth. Now, you have to say it in your mouth from a Sefer Torah. That's how we're saying it. But some Rishonim don't learn like that. The Rambam, Or LeTzion brings down, the Rambam doesn't say anywhere that it needs to be from a Sefer Torah, just in your mouth. So that's good enough that you just say it, and that's all. The Ramban also learns like that. And therefore, since you have Chashuv Rishonim and some poskim that say that it's enough just to say it, and remind yourself of what Amalek did to us, and it doesn't need to be with the Sefer Torah, So could be women are good, it's good enough for them to say it that way. So you have over here, first of all, the fact that it's only the Rabbanan on the Shabbat before Purim. Secondly, you have some Rishonim that hold that all you need to do is say it in your mouth. And you have a machloket if women are all together have to do such a thing or not. Therefore, says the Or L'Tzion, that you can't obligate a woman. Maybe it's a good thing for a woman to go to hear Parashat Zachor. But are they obligated? Says the Or L'Tzion, no. And he's not the only one. The Ben Ish Chai in Torah Lishma says the same thing. And the Kaf HaChaim is posek like this, halacha lemaaseh. He says the following: Nashim en chayavim lishmoa Parashat Zachor, kmo shekatav harav limudei Hashem. Halacha lemaaseh enam chayavot. And he brings from Erech HaShulchan Taib, which was Gdol Poskei Asfaradim. אבל בעיקר המצווה לזכור מעשה עמלק חייבים. They have to remember what Amalek did to us. שהרי מצוות עשה שלא הזמן גרמה. ונשים חייבות. Women are obligated in מצוות עשה שלא הזמן גרמה. It's not bound to time. It's throughout the year. ומה שקוראים אותה קודם פורים, אינו אלא תקנת חכמים. The only חכמים told you to read it right before Purim. But the מצוות עשה מדאורייתא doesn't have time. It's any time during the year. חכמים brought it into that time. וגם אם באים לשמוע יש להם שכר. Obviously, although they're exempt, but when a woman wants to do a mitzvah, when she's exempt, it's still okay, and she still gets rewarded for it. Just like any mitzvah says shelo hazman grama. If she decides she wants to do it, although she's exempt, she'll get שכר, she'll get rewarded for it. שהרי אפילו מצוות שאין אדם חייב בה אם עושה אותה יש לו שכר, אלא שאינו כמו שכר המצווה ועושה. So, comes out halacha lemaaseh that some poskim would say she should go to hear it. And therefore a woman that feels that she can go, she doesn't have kids in the house that she has to stay with, or she can find time, obviously that's the right thing to do. But you have to obligate a woman, according to many poskim we just mentioned, she would not be obligated.